Arizona is the only state in the country where every single county has either medium or high levels of COVID-19 spreading.
And hospitalizations have also been rising over the past month, but this year's Thanksgiving surge is not quite as severe, of course, as last year's. Elliot Polakov is live in the newsroom for us with the outlook from health experts.
That's right, Derek. Speaking with multiple doctors across the valley, they expect those COVID-19 numbers and hospitalizations to continue to rise the closer we get to Christmas. And they say it might take until next year before cases start going back down.
I'm looking at February as maybe the peak will be over.
Compared to the last few months, Valleywise Health emergency physician Dr. Frank Lavecchio says November feels different when it comes to the quantity of COVID cases.
The numbers are saying that there's only about 7% of people that come to Arizona ERs or Maricopa ERs that have COVID-like illness. And it just feels like it's much more than that. You know, it feels like it's at least double or triple that.
Valleywise officials say the number of COVID cases has more than doubled from August until now. And Lavecchio says that's on top of an increase in flu and RSV cases, which weren't as prevalent last year.
We're a little burnt. I was hoping this would be over, but I think it's going to be a little bit worse these next 2 months.
8% of Arizona COVID-19 patients currently occupy hospital ICU beds, according to recent Health and Human Services data. That's one of the highest rates in the country and more than 2.5% above the national average. University of Arizona doctor Shad Marvasti says the best way to fight the surge is doing what the CDC, DHS, and other organizations have recommended since the pandemic started.
Consider wearing those masks in indoor public spaces, not just a flimsy surgical or cloth mask, but either a K95 or N95. If you haven't been vaccinated, you definitely should get vaccinated. And if you haven't been boosted, now's the time to get boosted.
But with the pandemic now approaching year 3, Marvasti isn't confident that many Arizonans will change their ways.
I don't expect most Arizonans to take precautions, unfortunately. I think people have been desensitized to it. When the numbers are high and we're in the middle of a surge, that's when everybody should do their part.
Some good news with this recent COVID surge. Neither Marvasti or Lavecchio expect COVID numbers to get as high or as severe as they did around this time last year. And that's because at this point, so many people have already had the virus or been exposed to some variant, so they now have a higher level of natural immunity. Live in the newsroom, Elliot Polakov, Arizona's Family.
Elliot, thank you. And now at 8.